What if Spider-Man's biggest mistake was saving the world? In this issue, Peter Parker faces the unimaginable. Reality itself is collapsing because of him. Time is shattered, dimensions are warped, and Spider-Man might not be the hero we think he is anymore. Buckle up, this issue changes everything. Peter Parker desperately trying to make sense of a broken reality. We're thrown immediately into the chaos. New York City looks familiar, but something's off. Time glitches, people disappear in a flash, and strange beings from other dimensions begin appearing. Peter's actions in earlier issues have led to a tear in the fabric of time itself. We see the weight of this mistake etched on Peter's face. He's not just battling villains anymore, but the very laws of the universe. The stakes have never been higher. As Peter races through the city, we get flashes of his past, distorted and haunting. Familiar faces appear, but they're not as he remembers them. Aunt May is young again, but she doesn't recognize him. Flashbacks of his early days as Spider-Man collide with his present, moments of triumph, regret, and pain, all bleeding into one. Peter's thoughts race as he realizes that his decisions may have unmade the world as he knows it. Peter is led to Doctor Strange, his go-to ally when things go wrong on a mystical level. But even the Sorcerer Supreme is overwhelmed. Time is bending, folding in on itself, and Strange can barely hold it together. Here's where the story really picks up. Strange reveals that Peter's tampering with the multiverse and timeline is far worse than anyone anticipated. There are consequences beyond what Peter can imagine, realities being erased, futures rewritten. We see a confrontation between Peter and Strange, both at their wits' end. Strange is livid that Peter would take such risks, but Peter argues it was all to save someone he loved. Their argument is cut short by the appearance of a twisted future version of Spider-Man. This alternate Spider-Man is scarred, bitter, and filled with regret, a dark reflection of Peter's possible fate if he doesn't fix this. The future Spider-Man attacks Peter, blaming him for the collapse of their world. The fight that ensues is brutal, with Peter barely holding his own against his future self. The visuals in this section are intense, with the cityscape warping and distorting around them as they fight across shifting realities. We dive deeper into Peter's guilt. Flashes of Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, and even Uncle Ben haunt him. The narrative focuses heavily on Peter's inner monologue, where he questions everything. Is being Spider-Man worth it? Has he truly made things better, or has he just caused more suffering? This issue leans hard into Peter's internal struggle, making him feel more human and flawed than ever. He begins to understand that saving someone in one reality may doom countless others. Doctor Strange steps in again, showing Peter a possible solution, but it's a dangerous one. Peter must travel to a broken piece of the timeline, a paradox where nothing makes sense, where the past, present, and future collide in a chaotic mess. Strange warns him that entering this paradox could mean losing his mind, his memories, and even his sense of self. Peter, as always, feels he has no choice. He knows he must make amends for the disaster he caused, no matter the cost. The final part of this issue takes us into the heart of the paradox itself. Peter steps into a world unlike anything we've seen before. Time is fractured, and moments from his life, his enemies, and his future selves all exist at once. The artwork in these pages is surreal, with Spider-Man swinging through a distorted web of reality. Each swing brings him closer to the heart of the paradox, where he hopes to find a way to reset everything. Peter encounters a being in the heart of the paradox, something ancient and beyond comprehension, a force that exists outside time. This entity offers Peter a choice: save the universe, but lose everything he holds dear, or live in a shattered reality, broken but familiar. This is where Peter's true heroism shines through. He knows the choice he must make, even though it breaks him. He chooses to sacrifice himself, his memories, and his identity to repair the multiverse. As the issue comes to a close, Peter steps into the unknown, knowing that his actions will erase him from existence. The last panel shows him vanishing into the paradox, with only a few haunting words. With great power comes great responsibility, and there you have it. The Amazing Spider-Man number 23 takes us on a wild emotional ride through time and Peter Parker's toughest decisions yet. Will he ever recover from the sacrifices he's made? What's next for Spider-Man after this reality-shattering issue? We'll have to wait and see. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more in-depth breakdowns of your favorite comics. Let me know in the comments what you think Peter's future holds after this, and which Spider-Man story you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay amazing, Spider fans.